when you walk into a room, and you're about to be playing this game in about 20 seconds, when you walk into a room, ask yourself these 5 small little questions. Where is the best light? And where are the chart elements? The next one is, what's the obvious shot? Do you see a fountain? Is that the obvious shot? Right? If you see a bed, what is the obvious shot? Having her lay on the bed, right? If you see a wall, what is the obvious shot? Put her against the wall. So think, what's the obvious shot so you don't do that shot, right? Third, which elements are the most dominant? And when I'm talking about elements, I'm talking about the location gifts that every place gives you. Which are the most dominant so you can concentrate your frame on just those, right? The next one is it possible to combine chart elements with the light? What does that mean? It means this. You have chart element number 1, seamless color, right? One single color, non-distracting. Good? Chart element number 2 could be, let's say there's a frame. I can use the frame of that stool thing, and I can put it, and I can use that as a frame, right? So now we have 2 elements. And those 2 elements are happening in the best light in this room, which happens to be right there. So the question is, can you combine different chart elements where the best light is? That's why the first question is, where is the best light? When you walk into a room, search the room. Where's the best light? Where's the best light? How do you find the best light?
By looking at the shadows. By
looking at the shadows. You test the softness of the shadow of elements. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So everybody always asks me in workshops, how do you find, you always talk about finding the best light. Well, how do you do that? Mm-hmm. Well, I just told you. Like, find the shadow. If the shadow looks like that plant, that's the best light, right? Mm-hmm. So let's see. And then the last one is fix the light and shoot. Like, if the best elements are happening here, but the best light is happening there, what do you do, Mallory?
Sorry, say that again.
If the best chart elements are happening right here, but the light is not good here, the best light is over there, what are your options?
You could direct the light using tools.
Correct. You can fix the light.
Yeah.
Or you can go for the less interesting photo, but with a really good light, right? You can do this light photo, which would be awesome. Or you can grab all the chart elements and bring that quality of light over here. You fix it. And we have been fixing photos with light all 3 days, right? Okay, let's put that to the test. Let's play the game. Here's your room. Pay attention to the room. Ask yourself, where is the best light?
On the left, by the window.
The best light is here. True?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're shooting a job. You walk into this room. You start to go through the 5 questions. The best light is here. You already know that. What's the obvious shot?
Put her on the bed.
Put her on the bed. Or lay her or something, right? You have her lay down on the bed. You have the bride and groom sit down there and kiss, right? Where do you see location chart elements in this room?
Reflection in the mirror.
Okay, who said that? Okay, Nikki. Element number 1, we have a mirror, which can do what?
Reflect light.
Can be a reflector for light, or it can reflect an actual person. So that's first thing. Second thing, what else do you see out of the chart elements? Here's your chart elements. If you don't have it, it's right here. Pepe, my friend.
I see patterns or repetitions on the bed
Here.
frame thing.
Exactly. The back of the frame board has squares. So you're seeing geometry, patterns, and repetitions right here. So that could be a cool backdrop for something, right? Non-distracting. What's another element that you see? If you're online watching this, ask yourself this question too. Go ahead and play the same game. And if you want to go in the chat room and just type what you see, go for it. It'll be fun.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Well, there's a crazy glare from our end, but it looks like there's contrast and artwork on the wall.
Oh, yep. we have mirror, we have patterns and repetition on the bed. Do people see anything online? Are they saying something or not really yet?
Coal Miner 22 says pillow as a reflector.
Oh man, Smack, that's good. It's not a pillow, it's a reflector. I love it. We see painting and repetition. We see painting, we see mirror, we see bed, which is the obvious choice. We see patterns and squares right there for the frame. You see reflection. What else do you see in this mirror besides the reflection?
A potential.
Look at the mirror carefully. Look at the mirror carefully.
Geometry.
Huh?
Geometry.
Yeah, but what can you do with that? Look at that mirror. Look at it. We can use it as a reflector. We can use it as a reflective device. Mm-hmm. But what else is it giving you?
Geometry.
Yes, but
The frame.
The frame. Mm-hmm. This is a frame, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So basically, this is a fun game because this stuff happens in every room. I was teaching a workshop in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen, which is near Cancun. And this is where we were going to shoot the bride or whatever, or the model, because she wasn't a bride, she was just a model. And I asked the students to take their photo. All the students went straight to the painting and put her in front of the painting and took the picture, right? But we're trying to challenge ourselves to think in multi-level photography, multi-level thinking. And when I saw the room, I thought, we have a mirror, we have the painting, the best light is here. I like the painting a lot, but the light is not there, the light is here, so that's messing me up. The mirror can be a reflection, a reflector, or a framing device. We do have a reflector here. What else is there? And we have the geometry and the squares. So how do you combine it all? Anybody else in the chat room have any ideas?
Yes, there was the blinds, striped blinds. Did we talk about that?
Oh, the blinds here?
Yep.
Okay, there is blinds. What can you do with the blinds? You can close them, and then you can create all that sunlight coming into that dark room, and it becomes a contrasting opportunity, right? Let's see what we did. This is what people did. But which, by the way, this is not a bad idea. The painting is pretty cool, and they did put the model and it works, right? And that's fine, the photo's successful. But, right, we're trying to make it recession-proof, right? We're trying to make it so people have to have you, right? Most photographers would think of this, and if you show this to your clients, they'll be like, that's cool, and then move on. Here's another one. Pretty cool, right? It's showing some cool elements and so forth. Another student decided, you see how the student made the eyes go towards the short side of the photo to create tension? So that's kind of working for the photo, right? They also pose the arms in a really cool way, right? It's working out. Let's look at another person said to use the mirror. And that's pretty good, because now you're using the mirror as a reflection, and he's also framing her. And the patterns are in the background, so it creates this sense of, it's not like it's crazy red or blue, it's like a seamless, nice, creamy color, right? Then I came in and I do what I thought was the best use of the room. So let's see how we can transform these elements and make the best photograph. This is why this is called posing, locations, and execution. The execution part was this. You can see that I'm moving the mirror. Do you know why?
It's not in good light right now.
The mirror, remember I say only show the gifts, don't show anything else? Mm-hmm. Well, the mirror was actually by the bathroom. The bathroom it's like an element of darkness that I don't want in the photograph. I don't want this extra weirdness going on. So I like the painting a lot. That was the thing that resounded to me. So I moved the mirror this way. So when I take the photo, it will be stuck only on the painting and the mirror will be in the middle. And then I sat the bride down so I could reflect the squares of the bed in the background. Mm-hmm. So you see how you're putting it all together? And then the last part, I had to fix the light. The last part, I had to fix the light. The light was not good there. Especially the bride facing away from the light was a bad idea, right? But we have this thing called a flash, and you can use it, and it's like a window. So here's what came out of that. There's movie in the mirror. The bride is already seated where I told her. I have this as the background. There's the flash that the guy's holding, directing it at her. And there's the photo. Cool, huh? This is cool, but if you start to break it down little by little, it becomes very doable. Does that make sense? You want to see that one more time?
I like that picture. Awesome.
Is that cool? Different, right? Multi-layer photography is where you're thinking in different layers, okay? Which is kind of what we did yesterday, by the way. Okay, do you guys have
I'm learning.
Let me show you one more real quick, and then we'll move on to... Do you see that glass door? Next to it is a little frosted glass door. Do you see that? This is the glass door. This is a frosted glass door. If you look at your location chart, one of the things says translucent surfaces, okay? Why did I even put that there? I found some pretty awesome photographs using translucent surfaces, like the veils going through the face and all these different things. So when I saw that, I said, ooh, translucent surface. That can add mystery to a photograph. It can be cool looking, but the lighting is terrible. I have to fix it, right? So I did my practice sessions beforehand on translucent surfaces. And I asked my students to put the bride behind, or the model behind the translucent surface, and they started going at it. I did that to see how long it would take for them to fix the flashlight, to see how it would hit the bride. You see what I'm saying? I mean the model. This is what they had. It's too much, right? This is what happens when we show up at a wedding. We try to be creative without practicing prior. This is what happens when you're like, well, I tried to be creative, but it took me half an hour and everybody got mad and the photo didn't even come out. Well, this is why you do it beforehand. See? This is what came out of it. Here's another one. Is that working? Can you imagine a real wedding, or a model shoot or a fashion shoot, you're like doing this? Here's another one. And then I took the camera, I adjusted the flash head, remember the zoom of the head? I made it more wide angle. I pointed it up towards the roof. I used my macro lens because of the way it behaves, and this is what I got out of it. Pretty crazy, right? It looks a lot more interesting. So this is the solution of it. There is the little glass door, that's what came out of it. So it's just this constant reinforcement of looking around for these things.
So
yeah.
You just had a flash behind the model, and the glass between you and the model.
This is what I had. You can see it right there. Wireless flash, bounce for softness. There was a white ceiling here and a white wall here. So I thought if I do direct flash, it's going to give me what the student with that crazy stuff. But I can bounce the light, open the thing to 24 millimeter, like do a wide angle zoom, point the flash this way, the flash will bounce against the wall and it will bounce the light back into her face. You see that hair light? And you see the arm is laid very nicely because it's going against the roof, right? So you have to think of it this way, it comes down, and then you create this. Also, don't let the face or arms touch the glass, because then you have this like smush going on, right? So they were all smashing the arms on the window. I was like, you cannot appreciate the photo this way. You have to back up and try to get it this way. By the way, this little chart that you're seeing is what I keep track of when I'm doing my practice sessions. I'm like, this is the result. What did I do to get there? This is like the ingredients for this. You know the cover of my book? It's got the veil over it. That was pretty much 80% the same technique as this. The same exact technique. I used the macro, that picture of that girl's face was taken with a 100 millimeter macro. It wasn't taken with the 70-200 or the 85. It was taken with a macro because I know how it behaves because of these sessions, right?